27 minutes on to 7 o'clock. A pleasant good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Coupé, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world.
Oh, Jesus, our Savior.
Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today, Thursday. It is the 28th day of November 2024. Yeah, I'm still saying October. Wow.
Praise His name. Hallelujah.
Gordon Joseph is the name. So happy to be in your company once again. Thanking God for life, health that I've got, the strength and the mechanism to persevere. Thank you, Father. Yulin Alexander, good morning to you. Mary E. Banks, Lydia Cameron, happy Thanksgiving. Pele Davo, good morning. Yeah, that's Pele and I. That's our conversation. Veronica Sandy, good morning to you. All the wonderful folks on the various platforms. So happy to have you with us this morning. It's a wonderful day. It's a good day to have a good day. Always remember that. A good day to have a good day. Yeah. Knowing that He's worthy to be praised at all times. Despite what, you know? For those of us who are going through real tough, difficult times, always remember that. The reason why you're being attacked like that is because you're a threat to the enemy, all right? You know, Ajamu said it in song, children don't pelt stones on empty mango trees. You know, if you're already in camp, then they won't attack you. So remember that. Yolan Swan, good morning to you. Sylvina Charles, Sharon Bartholomew, good morning. From Northern Virginia. How is Northern Virginia this morning? What's the weather like? Jillian McIntyre, good morning to you. How are you? Was speaking with a friend of mine all the way in Greece this morning, and she was saying, oh, the weather is crazy. It was, I think, minus 12 degrees. Harry Noel, good morning. How are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Yeah, let's do this, you know? Yep. What, you want to work for me this morning? You want to stay unemployed? 25 minutes on to 7. It's time for the word of the day. Folks, don't forget this Archibald Ned lecture series continues. The annual lecture is on tonight at the Grenada Trade Center. Dr. Lina Spencer Thomas will be delivering the feature address. With climate change, will small islands survive? Later this morning, I should be joined by the president of the Grenada Bar Association, Legal Counsel, Francis Paul. We look forward to hearing that.
Thank you for another day. Oh, merciful.
And it's time for the word of the day. That word of the day today is the word diatribe. Diatribe.
Thank you for
D-I-A-T-R-I-B-E. Diatribe.
oh, yes,
What it means? It means a bitter, sharply abusive denunciation, attack, or criticism.
oh, Masha.
Diatribe. D-I-A-T-R-I-B-E. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. During the debate, he launched into a diatribe against the new policies, highlighting their flaws in an aggressive manner.
Life is filled with so much ups.
Do we have some of that taking place now
Turn this thing around.
in our political landscape?
Miracle.
Yeah.
What can do?
Oh, Grenada. Good morning to the wonderful folks inside of Munich and Mama Can and surrounding areas.
Oh, Father.
Yeah.
Thank you for I breathe. Oh, merciful Father.
Hope, good morning. Teacher Rufin, Teacher Kadit, Teacher Kador,
Oh, Father.
Teacher Yvette,
You for my daily.
Ross, Stumpy Callis. Moms, good morning to you.
Through your grace, my soul is.
Mount Carmel, good morning. Subies and Marquis.
Oh, Masha.
Grenville, good morning to Vashti Stanislaus, good morning to you. The Walcott family, Clyde, Pappy, good morning.
Music.
The folks in Grenville, La Bay, good morning. Telescope, Splendid Songs and Family, good morning. Scatter Shot, yeah, good morning. Ford, good morning.
Whence cometh my help?
Granbra,
My help comes.
good morning. But nonetheless, it's time for Nadisha's favorite spot, right? Nadisha, good morning to you and the folks inside of Cafe. Good morning to the Sandersons. Good morning to Debbie and family. Good morning to Kitty Cat.
Till my walk
Ariel and Alwyn. Mildred Smith, good morning to you. And Shem Zamora, good morning. Judy, good morning to you all. The motivational tip of the day is up next. And it says, it's how you deal with failure that determines how you achieve success. I love this one. It's how you deal with failure that determines how you achieve success. Yeah. Spice Queen, good morning. How you doing? Cicely Blackman, good morning. All you good? The nutritional health tip of the day is up next. Johnny and the guys in Wester Hall, good morning to you all. Saltfish and everybody. Angus, good morning. A whole lot of things to be done, man. Mr. Connection, that's how they call him.
Thank you for my...
Follow these steps and you'll be fine. Drink lots of water, keep the body.
Having a healthy and pain-free menstrual cycle may depend a lot on the types of food you consume and when you consume them, and your mental and physical well-being. There are several foods that can be added to the diet strategically to assist with managing the challenges faced during the menstrual cycle. Every woman faces different challenges with menstruation. However, each woman is faced with the challenge of retaining iron during this time. According to the University of Edinburgh's Centre for Reproductive Health, iron is an important mineral that helps the body carry out several different functions, including helping our muscles, brain, and immune system. And it is found in the red blood cells, which means that each month there is a loss of iron through menstrual blood. Incorporating foods that are rich in iron into the diet can help solve this problem. Research also states that women and girls over the age of 11 need 14.8 milligrams of iron per day. Eating lots of fruits and vegetables, which are natural sources of vitamin C, will help the body to absorb the iron consumed from beans and peas, nuts, and dried fruits. Meat, liver, and red meat contain iron that is readily absorbed by the body. Women should include whole grains, lean protein, fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and legumes into their eating plans. A variety of herbs and spices can also be used before and during the cycle to help with pain and discomfort. These include fennel seeds, which may help relieve pain and decrease bleeding length, cinnamon, sage, and cumin, which all may lessen cramping and flow, ginger, which can help relieve menstrual pain, nausea, and bloating, and turmeric, which can help with PMS symptoms. Dark chocolate, which contains 70% or more cocoa, can also be consumed during the cycle to help with discomfort and a nutritional boost, as it is full of antioxidants, fiber, and nutrients like iron, zinc, magnesium, and potassium. It is important to avoid foods that are highly or moderately processed or packaged, such as processed meats, snacks, sweets, fast foods, and fried foods, and alcohol. You can find information like these and other topics on our website and social media pages. Until next time, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well.
Rolls ring a bell? Yes, they keep the body working.
This is the day.
Good morning, Eggies and Chief.
So let us rejoice.
The folks inside of Pomerose, Latant, Croshu, surrounding areas. Good morning, Apretut, Central.
Yeah, my pride.
Yeah, Orlando, what's up to you and the family, man? Hope you all are doing fine, yeah?
If I am
That was the nutrition health tip of the day,
fresh again,
especially for the ladies this morning.
things just wouldn't be this.
I want to reach out and say a very special happy birthday to one of my most ardent listeners. Good morning to my former colleague. Happy birthday to you, Anne-Marie Avon. You've got greetings coming out from all of your ex-work colleagues, right? Enjoy it today. Have a blast, man. Have a bottle of champagne on the king.
Thank you for
I'm provoking something, right? Good morning, Anne-Marie. Happy birthday to you, girl. Celebrating fine style. Enjoy it. Thank God for another year, okay? Nice. Keep smiling, my dear.
yeah, my pride. hear my cry.
What's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's buzzing. What's buzzing? I'm hearing some news that make me feel a little comfortable this morning with what's happening in the Middle East, you know, with Israel and Hezbollah. Hope we can have a ceasefire with Gaza as well and, you know, stop this war thing. But buzzing this morning, localized, the registration process is now closed as youth parliamentarians prepare for elections on December 5th. OECS joins global talks for groundbreaking plastic pollution treaty. In the region, the U.S. imposes sanctions on Venezuela security chiefs over post-vote repression. Yeah, the Maduro folks have been trying their utmost to suppress the voices of the opposition. Internationally, coffee price hits highest level since 1977 on Brazil crop fears. And in sports, the Cricket West Indies launches a major India training initiative for emerging talent. That's good news. I believe with the right approach, man, West Indies cricket can rebound, you know. But I would also like to see the incorporation of some of the former greats. I want to see Brian Lara and Viv Richards and Kirtley and Courtney and, you know, the likes of these guys more integrally involved in the development of cricket in the region, you know what I'm saying? We did it before, we can do it again. We just need to, you know, attack it right, approach it right. Good morning, Grenada. It's 16 minutes onto 7 o'clock. The AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages.
Live my life for you, play the music.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribberies, Coop Bag, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the GBN Morning's edition of news for today, Thursday, November 28th, 2024. Coming up in the news, the registration process is now closed as youth parliamentarians prepare for elections on December 5th. OECS joins global talks for groundbreaking plastic pollution treaty. In the region, U.S. imposes sanctions on Venezuela security chiefs over post-vote repressions. Internationally, coffee price hits highest since 1977 on Brazil crop fairs. And in sports, Cricket West Indies launches major India training initiative for emerging talents. We've got the details to these and so much more after these messages.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Good morning. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. Minister with responsibility for youth, Delma Thomas, has announced the date for young people to vote for a youth parliamentarian of their choice in the various constituencies. We have more in this report.
Honorable House, that the youth election will be held on the 5th of December, and to say that yesterday the registration process closed, so you no longer can register, but we encourage young people who register to go out there and vote for your candidate, and this candidate will be your voice in the community for a period of 3 years.
Another initiative for young people is the government's cybersecurity program.
On the 4th, I think, of December, our cyber security training will be held, where 100 people, so it's young and they might be a little more than over the age of 35, will be trained in cybersecurity. It's government trust in providing skill training that will result in the real employment with real salaries, Mr. Speaker.
Minister Thomas said financial assistance is available for young people who participate in government leadership initiatives.
Community youth leadership training, the first one was held sometime last month in St. George's, where you had in excess of 50 young people in groups and individually being trained. Last Saturday and Sunday in St. Andrew, we had in excess of 30 young people trained, and so Cabinet has also approved a grant of $5,000 that can be used not only by those trained in the leadership training, but also for our youth ambassadors and our youth parliamentarian.
Meanwhile, Minister Thomas says government's youth program Elevate Her is different from the popular Imani program.
This program seeks to equip participants with essential skills, national and regionally recognized certification, and resources to improve the employability and create sustainable pathways to full-time employment.
She said its goal is to empower the unemployed and underemployed women between the ages of 18 and 35.
Speaker, there's a clear pathway to employment, and there's an clear exit strategy. So no one would stay in this program more than 12 to 18 months, Mr. Speaker, but also we will be working along with these young women to create cooperatives in some instances to help them with startup for their own businesses. And also we are working with the private sector to ensure that once we put these trainees to be in your care to train, that there is a pathway for clear employment.
The registration process for this program will soon begin online. Minister Thomas said her staff will be out in the various communities from Monday to register women. She promises to disclose more details in the days ahead. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, continues to urge countries of the Americas to maintain Mpox surveillance, including laboratory detection and genomic sequencing of confirmed cases, following the detection of a Clade 1 variant case for the first time in the United States of America. The Clade 1 case was reported by the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, on 16th November. The individual had a history of recent travel to East Africa and was treated shortly after arrival in the U.S. Health authorities are working to identify and follow up potential contacts. To date, no further cases of Clade 1 have been detected in the region. Between January 2022 and 31st October 2024, 115,101 confirmed cases of Mpox, including 255 deaths, were reported in 123 World Health Organization member states. And finally, OECS representatives are participating in the 5th session of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee, the INC5, aimed at developing an international legally binding instrument on plastic pollution. The session is being held at the Busan Exhibition and Convention Center in the Republic of Korea. The session will run from November 25th to December 1st and is expected to culminate in a legally binding treaty to control plastic pollution, including the maritime or the marine environment. Throughout the INC process, which commenced in mid-2022, small island developing states, SIDS, including member states of the OECS, have called for an ambitious, comprehensive, and all-encompassing United Nations treaty to end plastics that addresses issues related to the whole life cycle of plastics. Now that concludes the first segment of news. Stay with us. The regional roundup, international news, plus the sports and the weather. They are straight ahead. It's 5 minutes on to 7 o'clock. We now join the Caribbean News Desk for this morning's edition of the Regional Roundup.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendall Morgan.
And I'm Dennis Chabrol with the latest from across the Caribbean.
The Bahamas Prime Minister Philip Davis says every effort will be made to restore public trust in the police and defense force in the wake of the United States indictment of 11 Bahamians for importing cocaine and guns. Two of them, Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis, who is in charge of the airport division, and Defense Force Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker, were arrested in Florida on Monday. The indictment alleges that since 2021, tons of cocaine were imported into the Bahamas for shipment to the United States. In a statement to the Bahamas Parliament yesterday, Prime Minister Davis vowed that tough action will be taken against those who betray the trust of Bahamians. He says new legislation will be passed to allow for greater oversight.
Before our Christmas break, I'll bring to Parliament new legislation aimed at strengthening the oversight of the conduct operations of our law enforcement agencies. This legislation will ensure that no individual or institution is above accountability. It will provide mechanisms to prevent corruption, establish clear checks and balances, and empower independent bodies to investigate and act when breaches occur.
The Bahamas' Prime Minister Philip Davis says his government is working with United States authorities to identify a high-ranking Bahamian politician implicated in facilitating the transshipment of cocaine to the U.S. The politician was reportedly named by a senior Bahamian police officer. In his statement to the Bahamian Parliament yesterday, Prime Minister Davis says his government intends to find the answers about this major betrayal.
To that end, I've directed the Minister of Foreign Affairs to issue a diplomatic note requesting further details about allegations involving a high-ranking Bahamian politician. Such allegations demand thorough investigation, and no stone will be left unturned in seeking the truth. To clarify, the indictment states, and I quote, the defendant said that in exchange for $2 million US, a high-ranking Bahamian politician who was named would authorize the assistance, we need to know who and the details of the allegation.
Meanwhile, the Opposition Free National Movement, FNM, has called for a commission of inquiry and the resignation of the country's National Security Minister. FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands.
A horrible moment for our country. There's clearly a crisis of confidence that goes all the way up to the Commissioner, to the Minister of National Security, to the Prime Minister, to the Cabinet. I think the Prime Minister needs to give us a full-throated, fulsome explanation of why on their watch they have allowed the reputation of the Bahamas to sink to such a low.
And opposition leader Michael Pinter has called for urgent efforts to restore Bahamians' confidence in their security services.
I mean, it has to start at the top. There has to be an attempt to restore the trust of the Bahamian people, that if I call law enforcement or I call a policy maker, I can trust that they are going to hold the information confidentially and use it.
The British overseas territories in the Caribbean have told London it must include them in any funding it provides to CARICOM and the OECS. The premiers of Anguilla, Bermuda, the British Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands, Montserrat, and the Turks and Caicos Islands complained about their exclusion from regional funding programs during their recent annual meetings with UK government representatives in London. Montserrat's Premier Ruben Meade.
When the UK gives money to CARICOM or OECS, for example, the overseas territories are excluded. We made a representation that no UK overseas territory who is a member or associate member of any of these institutions should be excluded from funding provided to those institutions. So that is being taken on board.
The 6 British overseas territories in the Caribbean are either full or associate members of the Caribbean Community CARICOM or the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States OECS.
Executive and Central Committee member of Guyana's ruling People's Progressive Party PPP, Anil Nandlal, is downplaying the likelihood of any fallout from accusations by Melissa Melimel Atwell. The New York-based social media anti-government activist has alleged on Facebook that he shared confidential information with her about a number of high-ranking government officials and matters. Mr. Nandlal is regarded as a potential PPP presidential candidate for the 2030 general elections. Maintaining that he does not or has never communicated with Ms. Atwell, Mr. Nandlal, who is Guyana's Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, said he was not concerned about his political future as a result of her claims.
No, not at all, not at all. It's absolute nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It has no credibility, and I challenge her and anyone else to prove me wrong.
This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
In another regional story of interest, the United States slapped sanctions on 21 senior Venezuelan security and cabinet officials Wednesday for leading a crackdown on the opposition after President Nicolas Maduro's contested July re-election. Acting on the Secretary of the Treasury, Bradley Smith, said Maduro and his representatives' repressive actions in the wake of the Venezuela presidential election are a desperate attempt to silence the voices of its citizens. Now, looking further afield, the price of Arabica coffee reached the highest level since 1977 in trading Wednesday on concerns of limited supplies caused by drought in Brazil this year. A pound of Arabica beans listed in New York hit US $320.10, extending the commodity's rally over the past year. U.S. President Joe Biden said the U.S. will make another push with regional powers for a ceasefire in Gaza involving the release of hostages and the removal of Hamas from power. His remarks on X comes just hours after a ceasefire came into force in Lebanon between Israel and Hezbollah, ending nearly 14 months of conflict. Hamas said it hoped for a similar deal in Gaza, but continues to reject Israel's demands, which it perceives as a surrender. Israel launched a campaign to destroy Hamas in response to the group's unprecedented attack on southern Israel on 7th October 2023, in which about 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. Families who had been forced to flee because of the war did not wait to see if the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah would hold. Just hours after it came into effect, they were driving back home on the main road from Beirut. Some waved the yellow and green flag of Hezbollah. Others carried posters with images of the group's former leader Hassan Nasrallah, who was killed in an Israeli airstrike 2 months ago. For many, this was a moment of a celebration. And finally, 3 Americans detained in China were released after the Biden administration negotiated a prisoner swap. Mark Sweden, Kylie, and John Leung are on their way back to the U.S., a spokesperson for the National Security Council said in a statement on Wednesday. The exchange was reportedly months in the making and included the release of at least one Chinese citizen in U.S. custody. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Cricket West Indies CWI has announced an innovative development program that will see 7 of the region's most promising young cricketers embark on a specialized training camp at the Chennai Super Kings Academy in India this December. Accompanied by West Indies Academy head coach Ramesh Sabangsing and assistant coach Rohan Nurse, the group departs for India on the 29th November ahead of the 2-week intensive program which runs from the 1st to the 14th of December. This significant investment in the future of West Indies cricket focuses on nurturing the region's elite under 25 talent pool. Among the selected prospects are 3 contracted franchise players, Kirk McKenzie, Matthew Nandu, and Kevin Wickham. Along with current and former West Indies Academy players Teddy Bishop and Joel Andrew, and former West Indies Under-19 players Jordan Johnson and Akeem August, who have already shown impressive potential in regional cricket. Participants will engage in a 2-day match and 3 white ball fixtures as part of their specialized training at the CSK Academy, which is geared towards helping these batsmen improve their performance against spin bowling in overseas conditions where it may be prevalent. The players will work alongside renowned coaches including Academy Director Sriram Krishnamurthy and his expert support staff. These players will serve as ambassadors upon their return to the region and share their experiences and insights with territorial coaches across the Caribbean. This initiative marks the first time CWI has deployed contracted players for overseas training of this nature, with plans to make this an annual feature of the cricket calendar. That's the sports at this time. We'll have more sports for you during our luncheon edition. Stay with us. The weather forecast is up next.
Since it's nice, doing it twice. Clock out and clock into courts. November 29th. It's Black Friday Reloaded.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster at the Met Office of the MBIA, Tricia Miller. Good morning, Tricia.
Good morning to you and good morning to listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning. 15 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1012 millibars, which is below the mean, but it's rising. Present temperature 28.2 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 83%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.5 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 27.9 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 4.2 millimeters of rainfall were recorded here at the MBIA. This brings the total for the month so far to 261.6 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers occasionally. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 31.5 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. Tides will be low around 8 a.m. and high about 2 p.m. Sunset this evening at 5:39. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:11. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers occasionally. From the Met Office, Trisha Miller.
Thank you very much, Trisha. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thank you, and same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
It's 8 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. The registration process is now closed as youth parliamentarians prepare for elections on December 5th. OECS joins global talks for groundbreaking plastic pollution treaty. In the region, U.S. imposes sanctions on Venezuela security chiefs over post-vote repression. Internationally, coffee price hits highest since 1977 on Brazil's crop fears. And in sports, CWI launches major India training initiative for emerging talent. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Thursday, November 28th, 2024. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. I'd also like to take this opportunity and say a very happy birthday to my daughter, Brittany. Brittany is celebrating today. Daddy Love Child, as I usually call her. Daddy loves you. We all love you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Tourism is me. Tourism is you. Tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
It's almost that magical time of year, and everyone's pitching in to make it unforgettable. This holiday season, even the little ones are rolling up their sleeves. With every brushstroke, every splash of color, we're crafting memories that will shine for a lifetime. Make this Christmas even more festive with Berger. Enjoy up to 40% off selected items and enter for a chance to win big, up to $1,000. To enter, purchase any Berger product nationwide. Terms and conditions apply. Christmas just looks better with Berger.
GrenNec Community Partnership Initiative.
I'm here to say a special thank you to GrenLec for all that they have been doing for us. Now, most recently, we are very grateful for the paving of our yard. We now have easy access to drop off, to pick up stuff, and also it serves as a recreation point. So we're very, very grateful. And again, we want to say hats off to GrenLec for always being there for us. And we hope that God would bless the company so that you can continue to support us.
GrenNec, energizing our community.
At Ariza, we find ways to celebrate you. Little wins or bigger ones. Working hard and staying on track. Meet your need while saving for your dreams with our Chairs to You loan. Get up to $50,000, repayable in up to 10 years, and benefit from a lump sum saving when the loan is repaid. Live those dreams. Follow those steps. Take that leap of faith or invest in yourself. Make a toast. Lift a glass. Cheers to you. Join today and apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
Good morning and welcome to the conversation. It's 15 minutes exactly after 7 o'clock, and as you can see, I've got with me my good friend from way back. I haven't been around for a while. He tend to think that he's retired, but you know, I always say it, we don't retire. We weren't wired to retire. We work a little less and so forth, but I'm speaking of Mr. Snag. He is now the president of GAP, the Grenada Association of Retired People or Persons. Mr. Snag, welcome to the studio again.
Good morning, Innocent, and good morning to our listening and viewing public, whichever social media streaming device you're on. We say good morning to you, and those of us listening on the radio, good morning to you and pleasant morning.
All right.
And looking forward to a very productive, interesting day and a beautiful conversation.
Of course, as always. How is GAP doing?
GARP is doing well. We're doing well. As everyone else in Grenada, we have our challenges, but overall, we're doing very well. I have been appointed back to president. I said appointed because I was not elected. This time around, what happened that our president, Mr. Afzal Khan, had some medical challenges that required him to seek treatment that is not available in Grenada at a reasonable cost.
Okay.
I'll put it that way, at a reasonable cost. So therefore, he had to travel to Trinidad, and that necessitated him to be there to get the treatment. And the travel back and forth between Grenada was not economically feasible for him to continue doing that. So therefore, he, together as the executive, made a decision that he would hand over to me for the remaining period of his tenure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if you were not formally the president, but your instrumental work in the organization is always felt. So it's no big hurdle for you.
Well, thank you for those kind words. It's a challenge every day to keep the lights on, to keep everything moving, keep the members engaged. But we have a very active executive. So everything doesn't land with me. All the ideas don't reside with me. So with that said, I must say that we have a very exciting, productive executive that does a lot of work in the background. You may have been hearing about us, but we are actively engaged with others to ensure that our seniors are well looked after and well taken care of in our community. And that's our prime objective, is to make sure that they are taken care of.
As it relates to membership, have you, since we last spoke, have you had any new persons coming to the organization? I mean, I know that we have a lot of people returning home, returning nationals, and the gap seems to be that spot for them, for exchanging experiences from the various places that they've resided for many years and so forth. It's a sort of safe haven for them. So have you been getting new members?
Yes, we have been getting some new members, not in the numbers that we would like, because that's what part of our funding, that how keeps the organization moving, is membership. When you look at other islands throughout the Caribbean, look at Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, and those other islands, their organization is just huge, in terms of membership, and that supports the organization to do a lot of things that they would like to do. So we would like to be a little bit more buoyant, give it that way. We're about just under 200 members, that's active, paid-up members. We like to see that grow to about 500.
Okay.
That would give us some scale. And also, a lot of people know about us, but they're not members. We have an event and they would support, but they're not members, if you understand what I'm saying, right? With membership, they put your money down, get your card, and So we like to convert that, to active members. You promised to come and be a member. We haven't seen you yet, but
I will. As I get closer to that age.
And what age is that?
Retirement age.
And what age is that?
I think they're bringing it to 65 now, so I have 2 years to go.
Is that an official age, or is that an NIS age?
I think it's a NIS based.
Exactly. But, a lot of people need to get that straight. This is not an official government of Grenada retirement age. This is a requirement to receive your NIS benefit is 65, and that is done for a number of reasons. I'm not an NIS spokesman, but in order to keep the NIS buoyant and solvent, they need to do these things. And if you look at outside world, longer that, it's not even 65, it's 70.
Wow.
It's 70. So they need to do that because the organization needs to be able to fund itself. And if they don't do that, they start to collapse. And that's not something we would like to have happen. Right?
I remembered in one of our previous conversations, we had a dear friend representing the Barbados leg of GAP, BARP.
BARP, yes.
And have you all been in contact? Is it a region? I mean, the executives from the various territories, do they collaborate and so forth?
We do collaborate, but it's not an official body as yet. It's in the working, but BARP is a very strong supporter of GARP. We collaborate on many different things. They advise us on many different things. We're young compared to them, and we're small compared to them. So they bring a lot of knowledge to us, and we ride on that. BARP is instrumental to what government policy is in Barbados regarding to elder people. For instance, they had trying to change some information in terms of how the elderly get transportation in Barbados, and what they were doing was not conducive to the people and way they wanted to operate it, and they got them to change it.
BARP got them to
change it.
Wow, that's good.
So that's where I see GARP being in Grenada. Let me give you a concrete example. We have a member that is an elderly gentleman, and he was walking on the sidewalk, tripped on the sidewalk, fell, and ended up in hospital with lacerations and everything. That should not be. And if you take a look at our sidewalks in St. George's, outside of the town itself, in Grandance, where there is sidewalks, places, and you would see they're in a deplorable states. Holes in them, cracks in them, and if you are an elderly person and your mobility is not at the best, and you're trying to navigate that,
you have problems. But you see, that in itself opens a whole broader conversation, because in the more developed territories, that person that you're talking about, they're happy after the lacerations heal and so forth. They have a huge paycheck coming. But we don't have that in Grenada. Anytime you talk about suing, people look around for pigs.
But I understand what you're saying, but how much can you compensate me for my pain and suffering?
Yeah, that's that. But at least money answereth to all things. Let me just go back a bit again. I remembered in another previous conversation, GARP was very instrumental in procuring a whole lot of medical supplies and disseminated it throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Yes.
And I am of the belief, if my memory serves me right, that it was going to be an effort that was going to continue, soliciting support and assistance from outside.
Right. Yes, we did. We partnered with the Canadian Heart Health Education out of Winnipeg, Canada, and they donated to us a 40-foot container stuffed. From the floor right up to the container top was stuffed with medical equipment. That was in 2002, 2003, early 2003.
No, 2022.
Sorry. Yeah. You're correct. 2022. Yes. No. Right.
I was still, as my dad would say, at 2002, I was still a children's.
Yes, you're absolutely. Thank you for correcting my memory.
Yes.
That's another part of being elder.
Yeah.
But yes, so that was a tremendous effort we took for us, because that's supposed to happen in 2020, and you know what happened in 2020.
Yeah, COVID
so everything just fell, and then what was allocated to us was sent someplace else. So we had to wait for them to build back up again. So we're still on the list for some donation coming in, but once that's available, these things are very in high demand, and it's sad to say that it's mostly the underdeveloped countries that are looking for these things. Unfortunately for us, we got some medical equipment. They said it was used. 95% of it was brand new.
They had the brand new tags on them.
Brand new tags, seal boxes.
I remember that.
Seal boxes, yeah. So I think some of it is still in use right now in the homes, the hospitals, doctor's office. Imagine you getting a brand new oxygen generator out of a box.
Yeah.
That's still in verb. But on that's the past. Yeah, everybody says, "What have you done for me lately?"
Yeah,
right. That's where we are.
Yeah.
That's where we are. So, what's going on with GARP right now? We have planned and about to execute our Christmas gala.
Annual, right?
Annual Christmas gala.
Yes.
And it's early this year because there's so much activities. When you look around, if you plan an event, you have to look around and see what else is taking place in your environment. And there's lots of activities happening. So we plan to do ours on the 7th of December, which is next weekend on a Saturday.
That's right there.
That's right there.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. So the gala is, for our elders to come out and socialize. And I learned from a medical doctor last Saturday. I attended a men's symposium put on by the Ministry of Social Development in Riversalia at the community center. And he said there's 3 aspects of health that you need to take care of: your physical, your mental, and your social.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Your physical is this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go and you know your numbers and you check your blood pressure, you check your everything else. But then your mental space, you have to protect that. But again, you cannot isolate yourself. You have to socialize.
We are social beings.
Exactly.
We are social beings, yeah.
So in that case, our gala is on the 7th of December at our Welcome Center, which is at Carney James Boulevard, or the Lagoon, the Mang. So I'm covering everybody, right? And the exact location is right next to the Foodland car park. Yes. Yeah, we're right there. The beautiful view of the marina and everything else. So come on out and support us. Where it's a fee of $60 or donation of $60,
just a small
whatever.
Contribution.
Small contribution.
A supportive contribution. Yes.
Supportive. Thank you very much. We should get you to do an ad. Supportive contribution of $60. With that, you get food, drink, and fantastic entertainment by Smokey and the Boys. Wow. Yeah. So maybe you might come and give us a rendition of your winning presentation.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'll come sing for you all.
No
That's
problem.
a deal. That's a deal.
Well, we be expecting that. So yes. So with that said, we had some very good sponsors that has been very good to us throughout the years. I'd like to take the opportunity to do that. Kuyaba Beach Resorts, they have contributed to us. The Calabash Hotel, Chublu Bay Resort, Silver Sands, Hubbard's, through the agency department. They are working with us to put together some hampers so we can put together and help some of the less fortunate amounts. I don't like to use that word. So people who are in need, so that they can have a good Christmas. We do this every year to help in the community. We work along with the desk of the elderly, Grand Case, to identify these people in our communities so that when we go to them, we present something to them.
And brighten their faces.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And I am imploring to people who's listening and viewing today, if there's an elder in your community, reach out to them over the Christmas period. The social aspect of your health is very important. Yeah. Spend 5 minutes with them, 2 minutes. Hello, how are you doing? How's things? Yeah. You're good? If you're not, have a conversation. You'll be amazed of the reservoir of information the elders have, and they're willing to pass it on. We have a very active group in the northern end of the island, St. Patrick's and St. Andrews. That is being spearheaded by our VP, Ms. Lashington. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, and when she goes out with her group to visit these people, first thing as they're going to leave, when are you coming back?
They need to talk.
When are you coming back?
They need company.
Exactly.
And ever so often, that's a very critical point that we take for granted. Mm-hmm. That we see people and we leave them in their space, not knowing that these people hope that we invade their space.
Exactly. They want you to come.
Have a conversation.
They want you to come.
You don't know what they're going through.
Nope.
And for example, I am very good at, people who know me would say, I don't know how you do it. You cheer me up in the morning, but I know you're under pressure. You understand?
Exactly.
You need to talk.
Exactly.
You need to talk. People need to talk.
This tragic news we have of the young man taking his life, that is another aspect. The mental space, you need to protect that. You need to protect that. And we need to be each other's keeper. If I come to you and speak with you about something, I need to know that you will be confidential with that information. Don't go and spread that and malign me because I've came to you looking for some help. Yeah? I'd say I'm looking for help. I need to get this off my chest.
I need to talk to somebody.
I need to speak.
Yeah, you need to vent.
Thank you.
People need to vent. In recent times, I have been going through and I'm saying I need to find somebody that I can speak with.
Correct.
But the question is, who could that person be? Because we are plagued with this malaise of non-confidentiality. Mm-hmm. As a friend of mine from Carrick always say, people like ugly for others. They like ugly. They bask in your misfortune.
Right.
And that is sad.
It's very sad. The whole social media, which I say is not very social, it's reduced us to a level that is not good for us. Yeah, I've seen some Australia and some other states trying to ban teenagers or younger people from social media. Period. Yeah, I'm not sure if our society will go that far, but I would say, because you're behind a screen on a keyboard, you become. You don't see, but you don't know the harm you're doing, all those keystrokes you're doing. I've seen some posts about people making about some people, about their privates, about the this and that, and they're like, why?
And you know what is sad in this? Just deviating a bit. There are so many positives that the social platforms can be used for.
It is.
But we, as a people, we just like ugly.
We choose
the negatives, you know?
Well, I was having a conversation with someone, and he said to me, he asked me the question. He said, when is the last time you've seen Grenadians rise up for some social issue that they come out in their numbers and demonstrate it?
No.
When's the last time I think that happened?
I can't remember.
How far you have to go back?
Real far.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah, real far. That's around my Genesis time.
Exactly. And that's when you see that rising up. I would say the only other close time is when that incident happened in Fort Judy with the gentleman and the whole dog issue. Remember the gentleman ran over the dog and the people...
Yeah.
So people came out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a mat. It only lasted one day.
Yeah.
After that, it fizzled. Yeah. So with that, back to GARP, we have our thrift shop, which is our main revenue generator. Once and again, it is the name of the shop, but it's in our headquarters. Come out, and it's the only thrift shop that you can come to in Grenada with $20 in your pocket and walk out with at least a bag of goods.
Wow. Okay, and all the proceeds from the thrift shop goes towards the work of GARP.
Correct.
Folks, you got to go out and support this. You know, you really got to go out and support this.
And on top of that, on Saturday coming, which is the end of the last Saturday in the month, we have our huge sale. We have members who, we all have to live. We all have to generate some income someplace. So they come, we put up a tent, and they all come and they have tents. And if you're looking for a Christmas gift, you're looking for some clothes, you're looking for an outfit, you're looking for some items for your home, some little knickknacks, whatever it is, come out. There'll be members there selling. In our thrift shop itself, we have a blowout sale. Yeah? We have lots of stuff that was given to us recently. Coming out, look and see. I was in the office there for about 2 hours on Wednesday, and I saw a young man came in. And I thought, okay, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
He came in, he got himself a suit, he got himself a shirt, he got himself some T-shirts, and he spent $40. Where can you get a suit, a shirt, and 2 T-shirts in Grenada for $40?
Wow.
Name
and for a young,
it.
At GARP Thrift Shop?
Thank you very much.
GARP Thrift Shop.
Once and again, GARP Thrift Shop. And I was pleasantly surprised that he knew of the place and he knew to come there to get something that he was looking for. And I was really and truly amazed that actually happened, because I did not think someone in his age group knew of it and what is happening there.
But again, if with a little more publicity, right? Mm-hmm. You're strategically located, huh?
It is.
Yeah, I like the location. People just need to know where it is and what happens there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And the location is not ours. We don't own it. We are a tenant there, and everyone else is doing what they do on that same compound. But our compound is inside the building. When you come inside, and you'll be greeted by Miss Maudlin Williams. She is our office manager. She would greet you if you need a glass of water, a glass of juice, cup of coffee.
Yeah.
We also have lots of books if you love to read, if you're a reader. As I am, coming out. On Wednesday, every Wednesday, we start from about 9, 10 o'clock, and we go to about 1. The Yachties comes in there all the time, and they come with a stack of books and leave with a stack of books. So it's a constant exchange. So if you love to read subject matters, foreign languages, all kinds of books on all kinds of subject matters. It's also there. Yeah.
So let's wrap up with the invitation to the annual
Gala, Christmas Gala on the 7th of December at our location at Kearney James Boulevard. If you need more information, you contact our office at 435-9857. I don't remember these numbers, so don't bring me. I don't think anybody remembers any numbers anymore. They know names. They type in a name and up pops up the number.
I'm a numbers person.
Okay. And we have a mobile, 405-6507. Also on WhatsApp. That we on Facebook, so you can message them on Facebook or GOP on there. And if you need to email us for more information about the organization, you want to join and such, grenada.garp.
That's GARP, right?
Yes, GARP 2011. That's the year we were formed at gmail.com.
Okay.
All right?
All right. To the gala, tickets are on sale, or you can purchase when you get there?
You can purchase when you get there, but you can visit the office, and pay for your ticket. And what it is, we didn't print tickets, that's another cost. So what we do, we generate a list. Your name will be on the list. As you enter the door, you say who you are, and you'll be checked in. Yeah, and like I said, food is provided, drink is provided, entertainment is provided.
Socialization is there.
Socialization. You did your physical, you're taking care of your mental space. Now it's the social. This is the third part. We need to, close the circle now. So that's what we're doing at the gala.
Mr. Snag, I look forward to that. I definitely will come and give you a performance next Saturday.
That sounds beautiful.
So
I'll make sure Smokey have your music so we can play it in the background. If not, he's an excellent musician, so I'm sure he can accompany you.
I don't know if they'll be able to play it with such short notice to rehearse and so forth, but I'll come with my instrumental tracks, and because I know the folks who are there, when they look at what's happening in the political realms in Grenada, they'd like that rendition now.
Okay. I think so. Yes.
Maybe there'll be a part 2,
Well, maybe, enjoy your reign.
Yeah.
I know it's time for you to start preparing for your defense.
The preparation is already
in the trade. Yeah. Yes, fantastic.
All right. So, Mr. Snag, thanks for coming by. And folks, I urge you to go on out and support not just only the annual gala, but, support GAP and all the initiatives. It's a very worthy venture as we seek to take care of our aged community.
Very well. Thank you for those kind words.
Yes. All right, folks, we take a break. We'll be back. It's 20 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I'm hopeful that my good friend, the president of the Bar Association, is here as he comes to talk about the Sir Archibald Ned annual lecture that's supposed to be on tonight at the Grenada Trade Center. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Ride in style with an easy ride loan from Ariza. Enjoy the comfort and convenience of your own vehicle for work or play. You've got places to go, and we're gonna help you get there easy. Enjoy competitive interest rates, specials on insurance, and offers from auto dealers. Ariza also has great offers on electric and fuel-efficient used and new vehicles. Apply for an easy ride loan from Ariza and drive away in style.
For the past 8 months, we've poured our hearts into this journey.
We've honed our talents,
embraced our culture, and dedicated ourselves to something greater.
Now it's time to share it with you.
On November 30th,
step into a world of elegance, beauty, and
purpose at the Grenada Trade Center.
Join us as we inspire, captivate, and represent the beauty and strength of Grenadian women.
This is more than a pageant. It's a night of unforgettable talent and elegance.
Expect show-stopping performances from Grenada's top artists alongside the grace and passion of each contestant.
Don't miss the Miss Grenada Pageant 2024.
The beauty meets purpose.
Mark your calendars for November 30th at the Grenada Trade Center.
Miss Grenada Pageant, shaping a brighter future for Grenada.
One empowered woman at a time.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada Duty Free and GBN, we're partnering for this Christmas season. Folks, it's going to be a bumper one. We can actually start feeling the energy, the vibe we start building, the promotions that start coming in, and the fragrances, the chocolate. We have up to 15%, 20%, 40%. It's going to be a crazy one. We are looking forward to seeing you. We are ready to treat you guys special. We are ready to give back to you after this whole year of, being with us and everything and the support. So with our partnership with GBN, it's going to be a bumper season. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
Proud sponsors of Christmas with GBN includes Ace Hardware, Hubbard's, Flow, Duty Free Caribbean, and I'm Supportings.
Hello everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Sunday until December 22nd for Yuletide Sundays, GBN TV and K105 FM from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. as we feature the best in traditional Christmas music and the opportunity to win great gifts including cakes, hams and a range of beverages. Yuletide Sundays, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. until December 22nd. Compliments Grenville Credit Union, Grenada Paper Products, Carries the Light, and Vibe Island Drinks Hard Seltzer.
Welcome back to the conversation. It's 14 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, I have not seen my friend, Mr. Francis K. Paul. However, I just want to remind you that the Sir Archibald Ned annual lecture is on this evening at the Grenada Trade Center. As to the specific time of start, I do not know, but I do know that the featured speaker will be Dr. Lina Spencer Thomas, and he will be speaking on climate change. Will small island states kids survive. I'll solicit some more information and try to disseminate that to you through all the rest of the program as best as I can. Nonetheless, we do have 13 minutes in which we can have a brief conversation. Is there something that you'd like to share with us, something that you'd like to discuss? Let's hear what you've got to say this morning. And of course, I enjoy talking to you. Again, remember, let it be respectable. You would like to be respected, so respect everyone else as well. Okay, good morning, caller. Welcome.
I think I've been in 6 o'clock, 6:30. I think it's today.
I'm not hearing one thing that you're saying. Could you?
The program started between 6 o'clock to 6:30 is when it's starting.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, caller. 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. 435-2041. Is there anything happening as it relates to the recent rains and slides? Are there any slides in your area that have not been attended to as yet? You can speak about that as well. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Joseph, good morning. Greetings. You know something, Mr. Joseph?
Tell me.
You just played a clip there, the voice of a North American, but it also may be artificial intelligence, I don't know. What's been boasting, one of the sentences had to do with the IMA, they call it now.
Investment migration
scheme. The bubble, the Ponzi scheme, the rip-off, the treason act of selling the people citizenship. But here within it there is a sentence that goes to the effect, the IMA boasts of more than 1 decade of excellent service, blah, blah, blah. Some minute you have to remember that. More than 1 decade. But during that decade, Mr. Joseph, more than $100 million of the people's money disappeared. I want Grenadians to remember that. The IMA is boasting of more than a decade of excellent service to Grenada in its development and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. We want to know about the more than $100 million that disappeared from the coffers of Grenada. Those scribes and Pharisees as they are, down with the treasonous of this country, down with colonialism and its evil. Have a nice day, William, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you very much, caller. Have yourself a great day likewise. It's 11 minutes on to 8 o'clock. 435-2041. Are you still being impacted and affected by the recent inclement weather, street lights, electricity supply? I'd like to take the opportunity and extend my deepest condolences to the Taylor family out there in Corinth and the passing of my good friend Ras, and also to the Bishop family out there in St. David. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
How are you?
I'm alive and thankful.
That's good. Let me address first Mr. Rudo. Grenada have oil and minerals, yes?
Okay. So could you minimize the noise in the background?
Oh, my son's on them. Micah, cool on a little bit. Daddy on the phone. He complains. He plays this clip all of the time where the government has suspended or stopped the $150 for the seed program. And I want to ask Mr. Rolo, where does the government get money to pay that additional $150? Where is they getting the money from? He condemned the program, the Citizen by Investment, and call it all sorts of names. But where is the government getting it? These are the monies that the government will help the government, aid the government ability to pay that same money that he wants, cries on the radio all the time for. So, in making it rational and condemning program and doing that sort of thing, Mr. Rolo also have to make the analogy. Where the government is getting the money to pay for all of those programs.
Okay.
But you had a gentleman earlier on your program. And I need to say to you, there is also a spiritual aspect in the life, not just the physical, mental, and other things. You have a spiritual aspect, and I thought, Jared, Innocent, you were able to identify that part of it, but you didn't.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if we don't include that spiritual part, we lose out. Yes.
Okay.
To make the whole list, that ring that you talk about.
Uh-huh.
That spiritual aspect is also needed.
Okay, thank you.
So in closing, Mr. Rolo have to understand that the monies that the government have to pay you and others comes from somewhere. And if they have viable sources of getting that money and you are condemning it, why are you asking for it in the first place? Have a good morning.
Thank you, caller. Have a good morning yourself. All right, back to the, let's accommodate this WhatsApp caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
Yes. I've been listening to a lady speaking on a program today, and she's saying that the government ain't doing well because she can't send her child to school. All these people and them could be so insensitive. This woman can go and she makes her child, and she wants taxpayers to send her child to school. Tell these people for me, get a life.
Okay.
Support their children. Innocent listener. I listened to the debate in Parliament Tuesday. And I was disappointed in the opposition. The opposition condemning the date that they set on the present position. And you know, none of them cannot propose a viable date for that. None of them, you know. All they doing, they condemning the date. That they do good.
You're talking about the proposed Heroes Day?
Yes. And none of them, the whole 5 of them inside there, they cannot come up with, cannot propose a viable date. That's the most stupid setup ever. You know, you have a good day.
Caller, thank you. Have a good one. Have a good one yourself. All right. Let's take this other call here via WhatsApp. Good morning, caller.
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. Just a few pointers. You know, we are suffering a lot. Natural disasters come, and we have much control. But I see some of the great sufferings that we go through, we have experienced with burial and the flood, is because of our rebellion. You know, our rebellion to the Creator, our rebellion to our societal laws. A lot of us do not obey. We do not obey our Maker. We do not obey our societal laws. In terms of the road, look how the problem we have with a lot of extra vehicles, because people ignore the code of the law to build 30 feet away from the road. Then drainage, we are not cleaning our drains, we are dumping, we are littering. People, again, with slippage and with the slippage problem where houses are compromised, people build in places where they're not supposed to build. And the one factor is that they're not complying with the PDA. Secondly, you know, I understand that sometimes that's all the piece of land they have. They inherit it and they have no other choice. You know, and you know they have to build, because to buy land and build in Grenada is extremely expensive. But going forward, I think we should work with the authorities, the solid waste, NAWASA, the PDA to build back better, to take care of the country so we could live relatively safely, all things be natural, or most things be natural. Another point I would like to make quickly, so you know that I understand that NAWASA needed a better office than where they were in the Carnage. They built on Lucas Street, but it's kind of inconvenient for a lot of people, especially the elderly people. But I will leave that there. But I'm thinking, if NAWASA could not have built something more downscale for the office on Lucas Street up there, and use 50% of that money to build concrete collection places, or tanks for harvesting rainwater, one to the north, one to the south, or probably smaller ones throughout in each parish. I just wonder if that NAWASA could have served the country better in that way, because now they're saying this for $800,000 in damages with their dams. But I know they are saying this because sooner or later the poor people, poor Grenadians, have to put their hand deeper into their pocket to pay higher water wage. I think that, I say this godly, that NAWASA have not been managing the taxpayers' money properly over the years to serve them with better water supply, a more reliant water supply. And I stand by what I say from my observation. Thank you for giving me the time. You have a wonderful day.
You have a wonderful day also, caller, and that's the intent of the program, so that people can vent, you know. People need to talk. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning, caller.
Morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm forced. I love listening, but I'm forced to call to make a comment.
Please do.
I like to listen, analyze before I make any, I shouldn't say judgment, but make any statement. No. I endorse the last caller. I ain't going to waste time on that. The caller before, you see people when they have their agenda, their narrative to push, they only hear what they want to hear. Remember he said he heard a woman on a program making statements about she can't send she child to school. About the admin. If he had listened very carefully, I don't feel he heard her from the beginning because I listened to the program. She said people calling her phone to find out about how the government doing. And she don't have time for that kind of stupid news because if the government could pay people to do that, and you have people all day that can't send their children to school. She finds that it's a waste of time to have people calling people to find out how the government is doing. This is what the caller said, you know. But here on this program here, a caller to call you, without substantiating or understanding what the woman said. She didn't say she couldn't send her child to school. He making a comment about the Heroes Day. But, I mean, this is how we come in this country now? Calling people idiot and this and stupid and all this. This is how we come in this country? What causing that? The politics? Our hatred for people or whatever? Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, their own support to wherever they want to throw it. At the end of the day, we all are Grenadian people.
Most
Whether
importantly.
Whether green or red in party, we all are Grenadian people. Brother, you have a good day.
You too, caller.
And I anticipate people must learn to listen carefully to what people are saying on the radio. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Folks, it's 1 minute away from 8 o'clock, and I am of the opinion that this is going to be our final call. Caller, good morning. You've got to be brief.
Yeah, very brief. The lady, 100%, they spend so much money in air-conditioned offices, they should spend more, what she just mentioned. And the case with the guy with the child in the background, several decades ago, prime ministers back-to-back came and said it was oil and gas deposit, fossil fuel. He has not understand what John Rollo is saying, okay? He needs to understand and stop talking about things that he get his facts. The Prime Minister came more than once and said several decades ago we had carbon deposit. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Folks, all those of you who participated, thank you very much for your participation and contribution to the program this morning. Again, don't forget to go on out and support the GAPS annual gala next Saturday at the compound in the Kirani James Boulevard area. Go on out and support. And don't forget the Sir Archibald Ned lecture is on tonight at the Grenada Trade Center. That's it for the program. Thank you very much. Love you. Bye-bye.